Usually when you set an intention, it'll either already be there for you, or maybe you have to think about it a little bit, but don't force it if you can't think of something right away. Maybe your intention will come to you later in your practice, or maybe it'll change. Begin to deepen your breath, inhaling deeper in through your nose, filling up your lungs. Exhaling slowly out of your mouth. Try to make your exhale longer than your inhale. Be mindful of the muscles in your face, relaxing your face. Be mindful of your shoulders, relax your shoulders. Few more cleansing breaths here. And then come back to your normal breath. Gently open up your eyes. So we're going to begin our practice with some breathing exercises, a little bit more meditation, and then we'll move into asana, like the movement practice of yoga. So these breathing exercises you can do on your own whenever you might feel stressed out, anxious, or you have heightened emotions. You can always use these techniques to calm down your nervous system, reduce anxiety, reduce stress, and just come back to an equilibrium within your emotions and within your being. So one of those breaths is a cleansing breath, which is what I like to start my practice with every time that I do yoga. So inhaling and then exhaling, making sure my exhale is longer than my inhale. The next breath, which we've practiced before, is box breathing, where you inhale for 4 seconds, you hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and you continue that process. If you have low blood pressure, you don't want to do box breathing. So if you have low blood pressure, just do regular cleansing breaths. If you don't have low blood pressure, then you can practice box breathing. However, sometimes box breathing can cause like dizziness or just kind of like vertigo. If you kind of become loopy, just come back to your normal breath and then try it again. So it takes practice to be able to do box breathing multiple times, but eventually you can add on more and more cycles the more you practice it. So let's go ahead and practice box breathing. I'm going to count you off. So completely exhale all the breath that you have inside of you, like completely exhale all of your air. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. And now come back to your normal breath. And now maybe my counting for you might be a little bit too fast for the way that you breathe. Maybe you breathe a little bit deeper, or maybe you breathe faster. So you have to go at the speed and pace of your own breath. And you can count by yourself. What I like to do is tap on my knee, the four counts with 4 fingers, and then I'll go backwards, 4 counts. So 4 counts, breathe in, 4 counts, hold, 4 counts, exhale, 4 counts, hold. So I want you to go ahead and try that at least 3 breath cycles and then come back to your normal breath. Option to close your eyes or keep your eyes open. So we'll go ahead and practice box breathing right now. I'm not going to count for you. You're going to count on your own. Whenever you're done with your 3 cycles of breath, come back to your normal breathing. And then gently open up your eyes. I'm going to unmute you because I'd like to hear how did that feel for you.
That was really difficult.
Yeah.
Hold it. I can't.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah. I think when I first started doing box breathing, the hardest thing was when I was exhaling. I wasn't done exhaling, and then I had to hold it, and then I had to inhale again. So I'm like, wait, where did the rest of that breath go? But also it's like an uncomfortable feeling at first. But it's really, box breathing is really good, like for anyone who experiences panic attacks or, you know, when you're in like a really high stress situation and you're like, oh shit, I need to go find a moment and breathe. That's a really good way to control your breath and bring it back to like a normal breathing cycle. So yeah, uncomfortable at first, but the more you do it, the more you practice, it's good. Hi, Natalie. How's it going? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and mute everyone. So we'll go through another type of breathing exercise. Nadi Shuddhi is another breathing exercise we've done before, but I'd like to practice it because it's really good for opening up your sinuses if you experience allergies or sinusitis, congestion, especially with all the stuff that's happening. This is a really good way to work on your breathing and opening up the glands in your face. So Nadi Shuddhi is basically means nostril breath, single nostril breath. So you inhale from one side of your nose, and then you exhale from the other. You inhale from the same one that you exhaled from, and then you exhale from the one that you inhaled from. So you're going in through one nostril, out through the other, in through one nostril, out through the other, and it just goes back and forth. And the reason why I'm making this motion is because I imagine like the breath going in and stopping in the middle of my forehead and then coming out from the other nostril. And you can do this 2 ways. You can hold your fingers this way. You can hold your nose this way or with your pinky, okay? The other way I like to do it is putting my 2 fingers on my forehead, 1 finger on my nose here, and then pinky finger on this nose here. Or you can actually use this finger that's bent as well. So whatever is comfortable for you. And the reason why I do this is because I like to actually imagine the breath coming up to my finger that's touching the point of my forehead. And it gives me more of like a grounded feeling. But it depends on whatever works for you. So choose whichever finger movements work for you. And make sure you can hold your nostril with your thumb, but also with either your pinky or the finger that's bent here. So it might look like this, okay? We're gonna completely exhale all of our breath from our right nostril. So hold your left nostril, completely exhale from the right. Inhale from the right. Close off the right nostril, open up the left, exhale from the left. Inhale from the left. Close off the left nostril, open up the right. Exhale. Inhale from the right. Close it off, open up the left. Inhale from the left. Close off the left, open up the right. Inhale from the right. Close off the right nostril, open up the left. So I'm going to pause you right there. Come back to your normal breath. So that's basically Nadi Shuddhi, where you're inhaling and exhaling from your nostrils, and it's going from one side to the other side. We're going to practice that for 3 cycles on your own, just so that you can get into the rhythm of it. It is a little bit difficult to start off, especially if you have congestion or if you have allergies. Maybe you can breathe through one nostril and you can't through the other, but this is a great way to open up those passageways. So go ahead and try that 3 breaths on your own, moving at your own pace. Then whenever you're done, come back to your normal breath. And how did that feel for you? Interesting? Different?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It's hard to concentrate sometimes, but it kind of makes you focus on your breathing. So.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Anybody else? You're like, nah, it was normal. All right. So, let's go ahead and meet on hands and knees. We'll go through some cat-cows, warming up our bodies so we can get into our asana practice. I'm gonna head back to my mat. Okay, hands are gonna come a little bit wider than your shoulders here, so maybe on the edge of your mat, depending on how wide your shoulders are. Knees directly below your hips, look in between your thighs and hide your feet, so your feet are in line with your knees, knees in line with your hips. So, and come to a neutral spine. Spread your fingers wide, but not so wide that your fingers hurt. Just wide enough that you have a nice grounding feeling in the ground beneath you. Really push the floor away, activating your arm muscles. Push the floor away with the back of your feet and your shins. And then on your inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest towards the sky. Exhale, navel towards the spine, drop your head. Take a few cat-cows, moving at the speed and pace of your own breath. And then making any movements that feel good to you in your body. Option to C-curve the spine or move your hips side to side. Option to make circles with your hips. Taking up space here. Almost as if you're trying to draw as big of a circle as you can with your hips. And then move in the opposite direction as well to create balance. An option to move forward and back. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. And then wherever you are, find stillness in your body, in your cat-cow. Curl your toes under and gently lift your knees off the ground, just about an inch or two off the ground, and hover here. Option to just hover here, or windshield wiper your knees side to side. Two more breaths here. And then lower your knees back down to hands and knees. Ground your left hand onto the ground. Lift your right arm up, twisting from your abdomen, reaching for the sky. Exhale, weave your right arm underneath your left. Thread the needle. Option to keep your left hand right here in front of your face or walk it above your head. Option to stay here, but if you are here, try to open up your chest a little bit more. Or option to bind, reaching your left arm for your right thigh. And again, opening up your chest a little bit more. Breathe here. Bring your left hand directly in front of your face and gently push yourself up onto hands and knees. Take 3 cat-cows here. Find your neutral spine. Press your right hand into the ground beneath you and reach your left arm up, twisting from your abdomen. And as you exhale, weave your left arm underneath your right. Thread the needle, bring your left shoulder and left ear to the ground. Option to keep your right hand in front of your face or walk your right hand above your head, nice and long. Open up your chest a little bit more. Or option to reach your right arm behind you for your left thigh for a bind. Breathe here. Bring your right hand directly in front of your face. Gently push up to hands and knees. Take 2 cat-cows here. And then when you find that neutral spine, when you do downward facing dog, imagine the weight of your body coming into your pointer finger and your thumb. So you really want most of your weight coming into this space of your hand, okay? So if your weight is going into your palm, you're putting too much pressure onto your wrist, imagine shifting that weight into your fingers instead. Or if your weight is going to your fingertips, that's too much pressure on your fingers. So this part of your hand is the best place to place your weight in your hands. So really press down the pointer finger and the thumb, and then let the rest of your hand just rest onto the ground, and just see how that feels. So just pressing the pointer finger and thumb into the ground, and then let the rest of your hand rest. Curl your toes under, keeping your knees bent, lift your hips back, and push the floor away like you're trying to reach your your chest towards your thighs. And then again, keep pressing the pointer finger and thumb areas onto the ground. And as you exhale, gently begin to bring your heel towards the floor. You want to balance your weight between your hands and your feet, but really you want to lengthen through your spine here. So it's okay if your knees are super bent in order for you to be able to lengthen through your spine. Pedal through your knees, being gentle with your body, opening up those muscles in the back of your legs. Making whatever movements feel good to you. Maybe you're pedaling, maybe you're moving your hips side to side. Maybe you're moving your shoulders side to side. Find stillness in your downward facing dog for at least 2 breaths. And on your inhale, shift your weight forward for a high plank. Really pressing your heels back, navel towards your spine. Protect your lower back here. Okay, lean forward just a little bit. And then gently lower your knees, chest and chin all the way down to the mat. Keep your elbows tucked towards your ribs. Inhale up, baby cobra. Exhale, curl your toes under, push up and back, downward facing dog. Begin to take baby steps all the way to your hands and fold in here. Let the weight of your head go, ragdoll, side to side, or just fold in still. Option to hold opposite elbows. Bend your knees a lot and gently come up one vertebrae at a time. Roll your shoulders at the top, open up your palms to the front. So the first way to build an at-home practice would be to do the breathing exercises, some of the breathing exercises we talked about earlier, but also asana movement. So what we're going to do right now is Surya A, which is sun salutation A. It's a very basic way of warming up your body, a great way to wake up in the morning as well. So ground down through the floor beneath you with the mound of your big toe, pinky toe, and heel. Lift your toes up and see if you can place each toe down, one toe at a time. It takes a lot of mental practice for you to be like, okay, pinky toe, you go down first, then the next one, and then lower all of those toes down. Press down into your feet, building that foundation from the ground up. Activating your leg muscles. So if your legs are kind of just like, blank, they're just there, really press those muscles up. And then from your hips to your rib cage, create space in your abdomen. Lift up. So if you find that you're just kind of slumping down, lift that space up. And then bring your lower rib cage in, really activating your core muscles here. Lift your shoulders up towards your ears, behind you, and then back down. Open up your palm to the front of the room. Relax your head, bring your chin a little bit closer towards your chest. So your chin's not up here, but it's here, so that you're elongating your spine here. This is Tadasana Mountain Pose, where you want to start. Inhale your arms up, reach as much as you possibly can. Bring your palms together at the top of your head. Bring your gaze to your thumbs. Take a breath here. Exhale, swan dive forward, hinging at your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Your halfway lift can be touching the ground or your shins or above your knees. Whatever you need that can actually get you to a halfway lift. Maybe you start your practice here or here, and maybe you eventually walk your hands down. Exhale, fold in, let everything go. Plant your palms to the ground beneath you. Step your feet back into a high plank. Exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up, baby cobra. Exhale, push up and back, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. Begin to take baby steps all the way to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, ground down beneath you with your feet and come all the way up, reverse swan. Reach your hands above your head. Bring your hands in front of your heart for Anjali Mudra. And then open up your palms, Tadasana Mountain Pose. So that's a slowed down version of a sun salutation. We're going to speed it up now. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, high plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, reverse all the way back up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart and then open up. Surya A. Inhale, your arms up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or hop back to plank. Lower down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Now in your upward facing dog, I'm going to pause here. Option to put your thighs down and your legs down and do this upward facing dog until you don't feel any crunching in your lower back, okay? So the way you don't feel crunching is you put a micro bend in your elbows and reach your chest forward. And if you want to go into the full version of upward facing dog, you want to press down on the back of your feet and activate the muscles in your legs and reach your chest forward. Exhale, curl over your toes, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. Bend your knees, look in between the palm of your hands. Step or hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, reverse all the way back up. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. Open up Tadasana, mountain pose. So that's Surya Namaskara or Sun Salutation, something you can always do at home on your own. We're going to move on to a next salutation. It's Surya B. There's A and there's B. Sun Salutation A, Sun Salutation B. And this includes chair pose, everyone's favorite pose. So you want to ground down through the floor beneath you. Again, mound of your big toe, pinky toe, and heel. Lift your toes up and gently lower all of your toes down. Take your hands and then bring them down. Bend your knees with you. Sweep your hands through the floor beneath you and then reach your arms up. And keep your knees bent as much as you possibly can, but still be able to see all 10 of your toes. If you can't see all 10 of your toes, sit back a little bit more. Lift your chest up towards the sky. Option to keep your arms open, or if you have the access to bring your palms together, this is the full expression of the pose. You want to bring your gaze to your thumbs. Relax the shoulders, relax any spaces of tension. Sit back a little bit more. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or hop back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths here. Inhale your right leg towards the sky. Exhale, step your right foot in between the palm of your hands to the low lunge. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, plant your palms on either side of your right foot. Step back, take your flow. Downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths here. Inhale your left leg towards the sky. Exhale, plant your left foot in between the palm of your hands. Come into your low lunge. Inhale, up, high lunge. Exhale, plant your palms. Step your left foot back, take your flow. Once you come to your downward facing dog, 5 breaths here. Bend your knees, looking between the palm of your hands. Step or hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, come to stand. Bring your hands to your heart. Open up your palms, Tadasana, mountain pose. Sun salutation is much longer and definitely takes the wind out of you. So that's sun salutation B. We'll do that one more time. It's a great way to wake up in the morning and get your blood flowing. Or even before a workout or a run if you need your body to warm up. Inhale, come into your Utkatasana chair pose. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or hop back. Go ahead and take your flow or meet in downward facing dog. This is your flow, your time. You choose. Meet in downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths here. Inhale your right leg towards the sky. Exhale, plant your right foot in between the palm of your hands. Inhale, up, high lunge. Exhale, plant your hands back down. Take your flow, meet in downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Inhale your left leg towards the sky. Exhale, plant your left foot in between the palm of your hands. Inhale up, high lunge. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, take your flow. Meet in downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Bend your knees, look in between the palm of your hands, step or hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, come to stand. Bring your hands to heart. Open up your palms, Tadasana, mountain pose. We're definitely warmed up. So those are 2 salutations, sun salutations that you can do on your own at any time. And you can find different videos. I'm recording this one, so if you ever want to do it again, you always could. So let's go into another flow that's a little bit more complex that you've done before, just so that we can open up our body and move a little bit more. Do some hip openers, chest openers, and just get nice full body stretch in today. If you need to towel off or get some water, go ahead whenever you need to. Okay. Wherever you are in your Tadasana mountain pose, gently just close your eyes, notice your breath. Come back to the intention that you set in the beginning of your practice. Maybe you didn't set an intention, but maybe you have one now. Maybe your intention is just to breathe. Whatever it is, tap into your intention. Gently open up your eyes. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart. Take your left leg and step it back into a lunge position. So you're going to keep your left heel up, really pressing your left heel back though, but you want to keep it up. The only reason why I'm asking you to push it back is so that you can activate your legs. So you don't want your legs just like standing there. You want to really activate the muscles. So you're protecting your bones and your ligaments when you do that. And then press into your right knee. Your knee doesn't go past your ankle. Keep it directly stacked on top of your ankle or just behind your ankle. Hands are pressing against each other. Hips are squared off with the mat in front of you. Take a breath here. Take a deep breath in. Lift your chest up. Exhale, twist over to the right side, bringing your left elbow to the outside of your right knee and open your chest to this side. Option to stay right here or open up your arms, reaching in opposite directions. We're going to inhale, lift up for a reverse twist. Keep pressing your legs in opposite directions. Reverse this twist, reach your left arm towards the sky, right arm comes down touching the back leg. And then cartwheel your arms down to either side of your right foot. Lower your left knee down, uncurl your toe, and shift your hip back into a half splits, Hanumanasana. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, make it nice and long. Exhale, fold in. 3 breaths here. On your next inhale, gently walk your hands forward, bend into your right leg. Shift your right foot towards the outside of the mat. Bring your hands inside, coming into a lizard pose, opening up your hips here. Option to keep your hands here or lower your elbows down if you have the flexibility. But try to keep your right knee close to your right shoulder. Take 3 breaths here. Breathing deeply into this pose. Maybe even tapping into your Ujjayi breath. Remember, Ujjayi breath is inhaling and exhaling in and out of your nose, constricting the breath in the back of your throat. Really helps for challenging poses. Come back up to your hands. Shift your foot back forward, bring your right hand to the outside of your right foot. Lift your left knee off the ground. Step your right foot back. Take your flow or meet in downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. On your inhale, shift forward into a high plank. And as you exhale, shift your way over to the right side, opening up to a side plank pose. Option to bring down that right knee or balance up. If you have this balance, lift your left foot off. If you have this balance, bring your left foot for a tree pose. Breathe here. 2 more breaths. On your final exhale, come back to that high plank pose. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look in between the palm of your hands. Step or hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Bring your peace fingers to your big toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your elbows horizontally. Bring your chest towards your thighs. Option to bend your knees here. Let the weight of your head go. Let go of your big toes. Bend your knees a lot. Come up 1 vertebrae at a time. Roll your shoulders up at the top. Let the weight of your head come up last. Good. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart. Take your right foot, step back into that lunge position. Ooh. Reach your right heel back, activate your right leg. Bend into your left knee. Again, knee stacked up on top of your ankles. Never goes past your ankle. It can come behind it. That's totally fine. Press your hands against each other. Take a deep inhale in, lifting your chest. Exhale, twist over to the left side. Right elbow to the outside of your left knee. And you want to use that as leverage to open up your chest to the left side. Option to stay right here and breathe, or open up your arms. Breathe here. Use the strength of your legs. Really press that right heel back. On your inhale, lift up for a twisted low lunge. Breathe here. Reach in opposite directions. And then reverse this twisted low lunge. Reach your right arm up, left arm touches the back of your leg. Exhale, cartwheel your arms down. Shift your left foot to the outside of your mat. Bring your hands to the inside of your legs. Bring your right knee down and curl your toes. Lizard pose on this side. Option to stay right here on your hands. If you have flexibility, you can come down onto your elbows. Keep that left knee tucked closer to your left shoulder. If you can bring your chest to the ground, go for it. If not, we can work towards that eventually. Maybe. We'll see. Breathe here. Come back up onto your hands. Shift your weight back. Come into Hanumanasana. Bring your hands on either side of your leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. 3 breaths here. On your inhale, shift your weight forward, coming into that low lunge again. Step your left foot back. Push back, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. Inhale, come into that high plank. Shift your weight over to the left side. Again, you can lower that left knee down or stack your feet. Option to stay here or lift that right leg off the ground. Option to stay here or bring that right foot to your inner thigh for your tree pose. Breathe here. Lift your hips up. Exhale, gently lower back down, push back downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look in between the palm of your hands, step or hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, reverse all the way back up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart, open up, Tadasana, mountain pose. You can do any variation of that cycle that we just did. You can add any of the warrior poses, whatever you feel like your body needs, honestly. Okay, we're gonna just come to sitting down onto our bottoms. Extend your feet long. Let me just make sure we have time. Yes, we do. Okay. Extend your feet long, nice and long in front of you. Dorsiflex your toes. That basically means point your toes towards your face or towards your knees. On your inhale, lengthen through your spine. Make your spine nice and long here. Create space in your abdomen. Really press your abdomen against your lower back. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Just breathe here. Wherever your hands land, let it go. Breathe. Option to bend your knees and reach your arms underneath your knees and give yourself a hug. Take 3 breaths here. Release, walk your hands back through center. Good. Inhale your arms up. And then exhale, gently lower down 1 vertebrae at a time. Letting your entire back come down to the floor beneath you. Bend your knees hip-width distance apart. And we'll go into our variations of bridge pose. So bridge pose 1, just lift your hips off the ground. Imagine you're squeezing a block or a ball in between your thighs to protect your knees and your lower back. Take 3 breaths here. On your exhale, gently lower down 1 vertebrae at a time.
For your next variation of bridge pose, lift up, walk your shoulders underneath you, and interlace your fingers behind your back, but make sure your hand touches the ground as you lift your hips up. 3 breaths here. And again, still want to make sure you have that imaginary block in between your thighs. Or if you have a block, you can place it there. Release your hands from underneath you. Release your shoulders. Gently lower down 1 vertebrae at a time. Bring your feet as wide as your mat. Bring your knees to touch. And then windshield wiper your knees side to side. We're going to do one more variation of bridge pose, or you can try full wheel. You can go ahead and go into your bridge poses, or if you have a block, you can place it underneath your sacrum and take a relaxed, resting, restorative bridge. For full wheel, place your hands, watch your hair, place your hands above your shoulders, fingers pointing towards your shoulders, elbows pointing towards the sky. You want to make sure your feet are in line, parallel with your mat. On your inhale, push up and rest the top of your head on the mat. Take a breath here. Readjust if you need to. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, push all the way up. Take at least 3 breaths here. Feel free to make any movements. Maybe reaching your chest forward, maybe lifting your heels off the ground. Maybe you play with lifting your legs 1 leg at a time. Whatever might feel good to you. Gently lower down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Bring your feet as wide as the mat and windshield wiper your knees. Now open your arms into a T. Take your right leg and wrap it around your left, like your eagle wrapping your right leg around your left. And then let your legs fall over to the left side. Supine twist variation with an eagle wrap. Keep your right shoulder glued to the mat and bring your gaze over your right shoulder. If you don't like this variation, feel free to do any other variation of supine twist. Take 5 breaths here. On your inhale, come back through center, and then gently just sway your knees, your hips, side to side to neutralize your spine. And then eagle wrap your left leg around your right. Let the weight of your leg fall over to the right side. Bring your gaze over your left shoulder. Keep your left shoulder glued to the mat beneath you. 5 breaths here. Whatever variation you did on the other side, go ahead and do it on this side. On your inhale, come back through center. Hug your knees in. Option to bring your forehead to your knees if you'd like to. Give yourself a squeeze here. Gently lower your head and your neck if you lifted it up. Open up your hips, come into a happy baby. Gently sway side to side. Or extend 1 leg out at a time, or both legs. Whatever movements feel good to you here. A few more breaths here. Okay, wherever you are, I'm going to give you the next 2 to 3 minutes to make any inversions or take any movements that you want in your body, and then we'll set up for a Shavasana, a guided meditation to close out our practice. So 2 to 3 minutes right now. If you want to take any inversions, shoulder stand, headstand, handstand, any kind of inversion you want. Or feel free to just set up for your Shavasana. If you want to practice handstand and you've never done it before, or you're trying to get it to a point where you can do it without the wall, the best thing to do is face away from the wall. So I'm doing it on my door. So if you want to practice, I'll show you, but you don't have to. You want to face away from the wall. Actually, you want to sit down, bring your feet against the wall, and then just pay attention to where your hips land on the ground. Bring your hand to that space. Bring it in line with one another. Maybe move a hand up just a little bit. And then come into like a downward facing dog, opening up your chest here. And then walk your feet up. So maybe you're just right here and you keep it bent and you work on this. Just opening up your arms, seeing how this feels. Maybe you begin to extend your legs, shifting your weight over your legs. So this is a great prep for handstand. Maybe you reach one leg at a time. So that's just prepping for handstand. If you want to practice that, you can. Just as long as your body's warm enough for it. You don't want to go into that cold turkey. Because that would be bad for your muscles. Okay. If you are doing an inversion, make your way down, coming to lying down on your backs, palms facing the ceiling, setting up for a yoga nidra. Maybe a much needed rest. Notice any spaces of tension within your body still. Imagine using your breath to release those spaces of tension. Notice the back of your body or any point of your body just touching the ground right now. And allow yourself to sink closer to the ground with every exhale. Yoga Nidra is yogic sleep, the point between meditation and sleeping. It's really conscious meditation or conscious sleep, depending on how you look at it. Going to give you a set of directions to do with your body. Feel free to listen to those directions or completely ignore those directions. It is up to you. This is your Yoga Nidra. Take a deep breath in through your lungs, filling up your diaphragm and then your lungs, and imagine the breath rolling into your shoulders, and take a little bit more air in if you can, and then hold it at the top. Exhale, side away. 2 more times, just like that, filling up your diaphragms, your lung, rolling into your shoulders, holding it a little bit longer. Exhale, side away. 1 more time. Fill it up a little bit more. Hold it at the top.
Exhale and release. Come back to your normal breath. Notice your breathing. And now take a moment to acknowledge the sounds that are outside of the space you're in. Take a moment to acknowledge the sounds within the space that you're in. And now bring your focus to the sound of your own breath, inhaling and exhaling. Bring your awareness to your toes, wiggling your toes. And now pointing your toes, flexing your feet. And then bringing your toes, pointing them towards your face, dorsiflexing your feet. And now imagine you have a ball underneath both of your feet, and you're trying to hold on to those balls underneath your feet, flexing your feet, making it nice and strong, as if you have really strong muscles in the foundation of your body and your feet. Hold those muscles, continue to breathe. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and release your feet. Bring your awareness to your entire right leg, all the way from your hip down to your toes. Just your entire right leg. Really stretch your entire right leg long, as if you've never stretched it long before, all the way from your hips down to your toes. Make a strong muscle in your entire right leg, maybe so strong that your leg begins to lift off the ground. Hold this muscle, continue to breathe. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and release your right leg. Bring your awareness to your entire left leg. Stretching your left leg long, really pointing your left toes, stretching even longer. Now begin to make a muscle in your entire left leg, all the way from your left hip down to your toes. Hold this muscle, continue to breathe. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and release your left leg. Bring your awareness to your hips, wiggling through your hips, releasing any points of tension that might be there, or maybe there's nothing there. Maybe it just feels good. Make a strong muscle in your glutes, so strong that your hips begin to lift off the ground, just maybe a little bit. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and release. Bring your awareness to your abdomen, making a muscle in your abdomen, really strong muscle in your abdomen, all the way from the lower part of your abdomen to your upper part of your abdomen. Hold this muscle, continue to breathe. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and release your abdomen. Bring your awareness to your chest and your shoulders. Begin to puff your chest out and reach your shoulders back, opening up your chest here. Continue to hold this muscle, opening up your chest, puffing your chest out, reaching your shoulders back. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lower your back down. Release that muscle. Bring your awareness to your hands, spreading your fingers wide, spreading them a little bit wider, maybe wiggling your fingers here and keeping them spread. And then make a fist with both of your hands and hold that fist really tightly. Extend your arms long, making a muscle in both of your arms, really strong muscles in both of your arms. Maybe so strong that your arms begin to lift off of the ground. Keep breathing. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and release your arms. Bring your awareness to your neck. Maybe gently moving your head side to side, just stretching out your neck here. Maybe you shake your head no or nod your head yes. Releasing anything in your neck. Find stillness in your head. Make your neck nice and long. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and release. Bring your awareness to your face. Noticing any tension that you might be holding in your face. Relax those muscles in your face. Begin to scrunch up your eyes, nose and mouth, meeting at your nose. Hold it. Keep breathing here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and relax your face. Bring your awareness to your forehead. Raise your eyebrows towards your hairline. Hold it there. Keep breathing. Raise it a little bit higher. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and relax your forehead. Let your tongue rest at the roof of your mouth. Maybe your mouth opens just a little bit. Rest your jaw. Bring your awareness to your ears. And just listen to the sound of your own breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Imagine a soft white light at the top of your head. Allow that soft white light to enter through the crown of your head. And as it travels down your body until it reaches your toes, allow it to release any places of tension or doubt or negativity in your body and replace those spaces with your own intention. Bring your awareness back into your breath. Bring your awareness back into your body, wiggling your toes and your fingers. Making gentle movements, rolling your ankles and your wrists. Reach your arms long above your head and point your toes, giving yourself a nice long stretch. Bend your knees and roll over to your right side into the fetal position. And pause here. The fetal position is the position of rebirth and reawakening, as if you've just been given a new life to live. Give gratitude to the way your body moves and breathes. Give gratitude where gratitude is deserved. Take 5 full breaths here. Gently push yourself up into a seated position, either keeping your eyes closed or a soft gaze. Palms on your hands, palms facing down if you're ready to let go of something, palms facing up if you're ready to receive. One down, one up if you're ready to do both. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, side away. 2 more cleansing breath checks, just like that. One more time to let go of anything that's not serving you right now. Bring your hands in front of your heart. I'm going to Om 3 times consecutively. You can listen to the sound of Om or Om with me. Option to bring your hands to your chest if you want to feel the vibration, or if you want to hum the sound of Om. It's up to you. Take a deep breath in. Thank you all for joining me in this practice. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. Namaste.